Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, if you've been to the movies recently, you might have seen Sound of Freedom. It's a action movie about a federal agent who saves a child from a trafficking ring and finds out the kid's sister is still being held captive. So he goes on this, one-man mission to rescue her and, hopefully put a stop to all that. Which, spoiler alert, he gets her out. It's an action movie. He's gonna win, but there's a lot of controversy around the movie itself. Maybe you've seen some of this stuff online of people saying that, like the theaters don't want you to watch this movie and they're trying to keep you from watching it. I saw someone post about the AC didn't work in their theater, but then the theater apologized to them and gave everybody a refund and offered them to reschedule. So I don't know so much about that. I've had theaters mess up like that a lot, actually. I remember it happened in Jurassic Park 3 for me when I was a teenager. And yeah, we not only got our money back, but we got like free popcorn and a reschedule. But anyway, the second one, which lots of people posted about this, was I bought a ticket. It said it was sold out. I go into the theater and nobody was in there but me and a couple other people. So they were like, the theater is purposefully inflating the numbers because they don't want you to watch this movie. And I thought that was kind of silly because it's like, why would a theater even want to do that? They're not doing very well. Physical theaters. Streaming has kind of crippled all that, which, I mean, you should be more than aware of that with all the striking going on in Hollywood right now. But regardless, these theaters don't want you to not show up. They want you to buy tickets. They want you to buy concessions. They need your money. So that sounded weird. And then I started seeing more people say that, sold out theater, but nobody's in there. And I got confused. So I wanted to look up more of that. And then I went to their website, the soundoffreedom.com, what Angel Studios, their promotional page. And they have this offer you can do where you can pay it forward, buy a ticket for someone else. They wanted to do 2 million tickets sold this way, so people who couldn't afford to go see a movie could get a ticket, which that sounds like a cool idea. I like that. I like giving stuff to people, so sure. They sold 4 million tickets that way, by the way, more than doubled what they wanted to do. But the thing about that is they had to go somewhere, and I know plenty of people who didn't even know about that program existing. So, yeah, a lot of these theaters, because they need the money, use those tickets. And then it's sort of, it seems weird because you hear about how it being this big financial success, box office boom, but most people who have bought tickets aren't even watching it. And it kind of reminds me of these politicians who, like, they'll write a book and then, oh, it's a New York Times bestseller in like a day because all their super PACs and stuff like that, they buy tens of thousands of copies from these physical store locations to boost the numbers to get that little fancy sticker on it. And yeah, like that's very common. And this is sort of the same way. And if it seems disingenuous to call it a box office success, yeah, kind of, to be honest with you. And that's not to say that it's like a bad movie. I actually went and used one of those free tickets, and I mean, it's okay. It's an action movie. It's what you'd expect from an action movie. I did think it was kind of weird. Also, spoiler, so hey. Um, the like reference to FARC, FARC. It's a group out of Colombia that was like a, leftist in name only sort of deal. That was kind of weird, but it's kind of what I would expect from that sort of production company. Like, most of the critical defense that I've seen of the movie comes from people who say, oh, well, if you don't like the movie about child trafficking, you must be pro-child trafficking. And that's like, I think it's really funny because it's the same people who would say, like Antifa only calls themselves anti-fascist because they want to say that they're like the anti-bad guys squad. And that's the same sort of logic that you have. Like, you can't say anything negative about this movie because that means you're against the message of it, which, no. Everybody, well, yeah, basically everybody agrees that trafficking and slavery is bad. The only people, like, the reason you lose a lot of people and people who are like, oh, that's kind of weird the way y'all talk about it so much. It's like Frankie Boyle has a bit where he says about people who love animals. Like, we all love animals. But when you keep talking about how much you love animals, you sound kind of suspect. I don't know. Take that as you will. If you want to see the movie, go ahead, get a free ticket. Honestly, it looks like those are going to run out Tuesday or Wednesday from the theaters and they're like reserved seats that I saw. So get them while you can. But yeah, I guess until the next time conservatives make a movie and want to wag their finger at you for not liking it, y'all try to have a good day.